Hello, fellow fans of The Last of Us. It's time for a thrilling breakdown of the latest trailer for Episode 8. As we approach the end of the season, tensions are high and the excitement is palpable. In this video, we're going to dissect every little detail of the trailer and break it down for you. So buckle up and get ready for some serious spoilers because we're diving deep into the game's plot. We can't wait to experience it with you. But first, let us introduce ourselves. We are Streaming Addicted, your ultimate destination for all things movies and TV series. We bring you daily updates on the latest and greatest in entertainment so you'll never miss a beat. Our team of writers and movie enthusiasts are always on the lookout for the most captivating movies and TV shows, and we cover a wide range of genres to suit every taste and preference. From thrilling action movies to heartwarming comedies and everything in between, we've got you covered. So, subscribe now and join our community of movie lovers on Streaming Addicted. The latest trailer for Episode 8 of The Last of Us TV series has got fans buzzing with excitement.
I don't mean to question your sense of... maybe that's God's will.
In the trailer, we see David and his group relentlessly pursuing Ellie, who is on the run after being separated from Joel. Ellie's survival is more crucial than ever, especially with Joel still recovering from his injuries. The trailer hints at Ellie hunting for food just like in the game's winter section, where she had to survive on her own. We see her take down a deer, but instead of a bow and arrow, she's using a rifle, likely a nod to the sniper section in Episode 6. This nod to the game is exciting for fans of the series, as it suggests that the TV adaptation is staying faithful to the original source material. The game's winter section is one of the most iconic and memorable parts of the game, as it forces players to confront the harsh realities of survival in a post-apocalyptic world. By including this scene in the TV series, the creators are giving fans a taste of what's to come and reminding them of the game's emotional impact. The trailer also hints at the dangers that Ellie will face as she tries to survive on her own. David and his group are cannibals, surviving by feeding on other humans. The trailer suggests a religious aspect to their group, with David reading from a book that resembles a Bible. This adds a new layer of complexity to David's character, as he is not just a ruthless villain, but also someone who is using religion to unite his followers. Ellie's survival in this hostile world is more crucial than ever, and the stakes are higher, with Joel still recovering from his injuries. The TV series is staying true to the game's storyline while adding new layers of character development and world building. Fans can expect intense action, emotional moments, and unexpected twists as the series heads towards its finale. While David's words in the trailer for Episode 8 of The Last of Us TV series may sound like he's offering Ellie protection, fans of the game know better. David and his followers are cannibals, surviving by feeding on other humans. The trailer also hints at a religious aspect to their group, with David reading from a book that resembles a Bible. This adds an intriguing level to David's character, suggesting that he uses religion to unite his group and possibly even hinting at a past as a priest or vicar. This backstory was not explored in the game, so it will be interesting to see how it adds to the character's motivations and actions in the TV series. The Last of Us has always been known for its complex characters and themes, and the TV adaptation seems to be following the same vein. Fans can expect a deeper exploration of David's character, including his motivations and the dark side of his personality. In the game, The Last of Us, Ellie finds herself in a dangerous situation when she injures a deer and has to track it through the woods. Along the way, she encounters two strangers, David and James, who offer to take the deer in exchange for medicine. Ellie reluctantly agrees and ends up staying with David in a cabin connected to a disused factory. Initially, Ellie is wary of David and his group, but over time, they begin to build trust as they fight together to survive against the infected. Despite their differences, Ellie and David share a common goal: to stay alive in a world overrun by danger and chaos. As their bond deepens, David takes on a fatherly role towards Ellie, teaching her survival skills and offering her protection. However, as time passes, Ellie starts to become uneasy about David's intentions. She begins to suspect that he may have a darker side, and her suspicions are confirmed when she discovers that he and his group are cannibals. David tries to convince Ellie that his actions are necessary for survival, but she is repulsed by his behavior and determined to escape. Despite David's attempts to groom Ellie and manipulate her into staying with him, she manages to outsmart him and escape with the help of her friend, Joel. This experience leaves Ellie shaken but wiser, and she realizes that in this world, trust can be hard to come by. In The Last of Us, David is a character who stands in stark contrast to Joel, the protagonist of the game. While Joel initially resists becoming a father figure to Ellie, he eventually grows to care for her deeply, ultimately risking his life to save hers. In contrast, David desires to become a father figure to Ellie from the beginning, but his intentions are far from pure. David is a complex character, possessing a disturbing and twisted side that is gradually revealed throughout the game. He initially appears to be a helpful ally, offering Ellie and Joel food and medicine, but it soon becomes clear that he and his group are cannibals, preying on other survivors to survive themselves. David's desire to protect Ellie becomes increasingly possessive and dangerous, and it is ultimately revealed that he intends to groom her to be a part of his group. Alongside David, we are introduced to his right-hand man James, played by Troy Baker, who is known for his role as Joel in the game. Baker's involvement in the show is exciting, especially given the caliber of his previous work. James serves as a foil to David, questioning his true motives for wanting to save Ellie and urging him to consider the consequences of his actions. The series portrays David as a parallel to Kathleen, a character driven by her own wants and desires, which ultimately led to her downfall. Kathleen's obsession with revenge against Joel for killing her father cost her everything, including her own life. Similarly, David's desperation to keep Ellie and groom her to be a part of his group may lead to similar consequences. Overall, David is a complex and compelling character, one whose intentions are gradually revealed over the course of the game. While his desire to protect Ellie may seem noble at first, it becomes clear that he is willing to do whatever it takes to keep her under his control, even if it means resorting to cannibalism and violence. The inclusion of James, played by Troy Baker, adds another layer of complexity to the story, as he serves as a voice of reason and a foil to David's increasingly twisted desires. It appears that the location we will be revisiting multiple times from both David and Ellie's perspectives is David's home in Salt Lake. In the game, Ellie left David after a disturbing cabin scene and later returned to Joel. The next morning, she discovered that David's men were searching for her, so she fled on horseback with them in pursuit. The new trailer seems to show a similar scenario, with Ellie racing through the streets on her horse while being fired upon by the men. In the game, her horse was eventually shot, causing her to fall over a cliff and seek refuge in a hotel. She was later captured by David and imprisoned in a cage. This same cage appears in the teaser, with David talking to Ellie through the bars. David once again offers protection to Ellie, but in the game, his creepy side begins to emerge. Ellie discovers that he is a cannibal, and the tension between them reaches its peak. Meanwhile, Joel pulls himself together and sets out to find Ellie, fighting his way through Salt Lake City. He arrives at the restaurant just as Ellie is hitting David's head in a game of whack-a-mole, and the two are reunited. This chapter marks a turning point for Joel and Ellie's relationship, with Joel becoming even more of a father figure to her as he comforts her after her traumatic experience with David. The scenes with David are some of the darkest in the game, with disturbing subtexts that add to the horror of the situation. If David is a holy man, as hinted at in the game, it adds another layer of complexity to his character. The upcoming episode featuring David is sure to be a big one, especially with the return of Troy Baker as the voice of David. As the series heads towards its finale, fans are eagerly anticipating what's in store for Joel and Ellie. The show appears to be staying faithful to the game's storyline while adding new details and character development. Fans of the game will likely appreciate the expanded world building and exploration of the game's themes and characters. In conclusion, The Last of Us is a thrilling game that has now been adapted into an equally exciting TV series. The show explores complex characters and themes in a post-apocalyptic world, creating a compelling narrative that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. The inclusion of talented actors such as Troy Baker, who plays James, adds to the quality of the production and makes for an immersive experience. The trailer for Episode 8 promises intense action and character development, particularly with regards to David and Ellie. As the series progresses, viewers are given a deeper understanding of David's motivations and his twisted desires, adding an unsettling layer of complexity to the story. Meanwhile, Ellie's fight for survival and her determination to stay true to herself amidst the chaos continues to captivate audiences. Streaming Addicted will continue to cover the latest news and updates on the Last of Us series, providing fans with insightful commentary and analysis. So make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to never miss an upload. We are excited to see how the story unfolds and to share our thoughts with you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
The others want to kill you?
She's just another mouth to feed. If we leave her out here,
You won't survive for long out there.